Hello again, everyone. Todd Michael Putnam from D&D Creative Table Designs, bringing you another Worlds of Warcraft recreation. And this is the Raging Chasm in Westfall. The Raging Chasm in Westfall. So Westfall, which is one of the earlier starter zones on the Alliance side in Worlds of Warcraft, classic place, mostly dotted by farms and stuff like that. But there is a huge vortex that's in the middle of the land that's been ripped apart by magic, and it goes into a deep gully, and that gully is filled with all kinds of like mimic type slimes that when you attack them or whatever towards the end, they kind of change their appearance to look like you or some other creature or whatever it is, but they're like a yellowish goo type slime that kind of crawl around in the caverns. It's a beginner zone, so they're non-hostile until you attack them. And of course, you have to collect so many of them or whatever. But while you're doing so, you're going deeper into this little chasm pit, almost like a strip mining pit, and there's floating rocks and stuff that are all around. So I decided to see if I could recreate that. And I used several 2x2 desert maps that I overlaid in just a kind of an odd configuration, because obviously the pit itself isn't like a perfect square, so I just it sort of looks like a star, I guess, but at least it's not perfect, a perfect square. And then I used some Monster Fight Club hills of various types, the largest being on the outside, and then slightly smaller ones on the inside, and then smaller still, like these little guys in the bottom, and that tries roughly to recreate the idea of going down towards the bottom of the pit. I obviously don't have a way that I can dig a hole in my table or build it up around the circumference of the side enough to make that happen, but that's a close enough recreation for what I can do for that. And then I used Combat Tiers Tinker Tactics base set. Again, that is the worst name ever for a company, for a product, because it's just such a mouthful. Clear plastic elevation would be great. There's another company called Axe and Shield, and they also make elevation stuff, but I don't have the right ones from them to do this. So Tinker Tactics Combat Tiers base set it is. Say that 3 times fast. And then the floating rocky guys came from one of the Dwarven Forge Kickstarters. I don't remember which one, to be honest, but they're basically like little floaty rock things that go on these stands that give them some elevation to begin with. And then, of course, I put them on top of the Tinker Tactics. And as far as how high this thing is, this literally, the top tier literally comes midway up to my chest. That's how tall this is. So I'm trying to, because the vortex in Westfall is like, hundreds of feet into the air with the trees spinning around and, full trees and broken trees and busted pieces of rock and stuff ripped up from the land. So I tried to recreate that experience. And then, of course, down below, as I was saying, are those yellow mimic-like amoeba guys that when you attack them, they change form and attack back at you. There are a couple of farms. This isn't trying to be an exact one of the farms, but just as a sort of an imitation. This is one of the farms that's nearby. There's, of course, the various out-of-control harvesters that are running around that you can have fights with and get experience from them. There's always some wolves running around and going after stuff, and there's always some vultures floating around in this area. But of course, every now and then, you'll see a much larger type of vulture or whatever it is. It's going to be a named one. So you can see the difference in size, and I've got it looks like a Durini Paladin or whatever, fighting against one of the larger named flying bird guys. And so that's basically it. Nothing super big about this. Just wanted to try and recreate the Raging Chasm in Westfall for Worlds of Warcraft. Again, my battle mats, I've got a pair of WizKids Icon of the Realms Grasslands mats. I told you what the other stuff were. These mats here that I got, these are actually desert mats. Those are from, it's not Deep Cut Studios, it's from Warzone Studios. That's it, Warzone Studios. So those are like several 2x2 sized mats that I just laid in odd configuration. And then these things right here were handcrafted. Somebody made them, I assume, out of XPS foam or something, and put them. I got them off of eBay, but you could probably craft your own if you're that kind of a person. And this main house right here was 3D printed. I don't remember who, but I'm gonna guess in all likelihood it's probably Printable Scenery or maybe Black Scroll Games. Could be one of those guys, but all you gotta do is go on eBay or Etsy or places like that and just do a search for 28 millimeter houses. And eventually you'll start coming across stuff. That's how I found it. And then these other couple of pieces here, the outhouse and this little side shed and these 3 hay bales and stuff, those also came from Whiz Kids from their various farm sets. And the trees, they're all around this tree on its side over here, and the trees on the various sides of it. Those are also all from Monster Fight Club that love their trees. They do great. That's basically it. If you like the video, guys, if you like the content, please like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Tell me what you think about it. If you've been to Westfall recently and or even a long time ago and beat stuff up to level up in the game, let me know what you think. Appreciate you taking the time to check it out, and I'll see you guys next adventure. Take care. Bye.